Everybody, this is Donnie. I am back today with a plan with me for my Erin Condren vertical neutral. Today I'm going to use a kit I made myself sometime after I got my silhouette machine, my silhouette cameo. I made these stickers using pictures from my blog, and some of you who watch my videos have also followed my blog for a while. I used to do things with pearls and lace, and I had a party called Pearls and Lace, and that I hosted every week. And so I have lots and lots of pictures of all my pretties that I've used, and I wanted to incorporate them into my planning, so I made stickers with it. I've recently, like earlier today, I got this pen gem pen. It is can't think of the name. Give me just a second on that. But it worked perfectly with what I was thinking about using the kit today. I've also got a gorgeous bow clip, some Pom Clips. I will put all of these links down below, by the way, as well. And because I've been away from my desk for a month, literally a month, I can't come up with the names right off my tongue. You know, the Creative Bee, for example, is this. Pen Gems, I don't recall this one off the top of my... and I don't have the list next to me. But anyway, I'll put all these links below so that you'll know for sure. This whole group of washies is from Simply Gilded. I think this is one of her older ones, and so it does not have the white inside, but it's in my group of Simply Gilded tapes, and so I really think she had sold me that one a long, long time ago. Some of these are from the Peach sub that she has, subscription box, and so I just got some of those, but they all go really well with the colors I'm going to be using with this kit. It's kind of going to be a monochromatic kind of a kit this week. This one, these groups here, I've bought these at various times from various vendors, either on Amazon or Etsy. And the shops, I'm sorry, I just can't tell you. I think Goat Girl Goodies might be this one. I will look and see, because this one was a recent one. Everything else has been a long time ago that I purchased them. And so I'm not sure that I would ever be able to locate what shops they're from or where I got them. But I'm going to set these aside, kind of get them a little out of the way. I've also got some stickers here that I've made myself. Some of these are just for fun. I took some pattern papers that I have and made them into some stickers. These are my half headers. They are the same size as a header that you would put over a box, a full box, in your Erin Condren, and yet they're half the size, half the height. This might be a better idea to show you. This is a gold foil little bit here that I had that I made half headers out of. So I've pulled the golds out because I'm using a lot of gold foiled washi tapes, and as I use these, I'll show them to you. A lot of times I don't use everything I pull, but I do want to have it handy if I want it. Those are half headers also as well, included in the foils, so I may use those instead of these. I'm not sure yet. But anyway, when I make my kits, a lot of times I will double up on like the full boxes. As you can see, these are the same exact things twice on the page. I've made 2 sets. Sometimes I've changed it since I did this one. This is an older version of what I've done in the past. Now I make them where I have 2 sets of bottom washi. This time I made it where I had bottom washi in different sizes, I guess. I don't know what I was thinking. Just still trying it out. These are just the notes sections. A lot of times people put little hearts or bows or something down here, and it's a checklist. To me, I don't use a checklist like one-word items, so I find a checklist sometimes to be kind of not needful for me. And Here's some sidebar stickers that I've also made. Some labels, banners, just a few things here and there, some washi strips. Up here, I don't have as many washi strips made as some of the kits these days, because like I said, I did this a long time ago. I had a weekend banner. I should have foiled that. I haven't learned how to do that at this time. When I peeled this particular sheet off, I ripped the sticker sheet, so that's why it looks kind of weird right there. But I do have a whole bunch of just the headers that I've made in all different colors and pictures and stuff, so I can come over here and pick up any others that I might want to use. I also have blank ones. And at the time that I started doing this, the old Erin Condren from 2017, 16, 17? Yes, 16, 17 was out, and I do believe everybody was needing to cover up a header that was pre-printed in the planner. So that's why these have whites on it too. So I'm going to start first thing, and I'm going to start whiting out the sections that I'm pretty sure are going to need to be whited out and get that out of the way. I'm guessing that if I put a sticker on that with the date, that I may not really need to white all of this out. But I'm pretty sure my bottom washi is going to need to be whited out. So I'm going to start with that. And while I do that real quick, let me catch you up with what I've been up to. I have not been on YouTube very much at all making videos because I have not been home. I have been with my husband in Houston to visit my new grandson. And my grandson is so cute. We are so blessed. He snorts when he cries. When he inhales, he does this cute little snort. And he is just a joy. And I miss him so much. It's not even funny. So we have enjoyed 3 weeks down, well, visiting on the way there and on the way back. We did a lot of stops. We tried to make our trip as easy as we could because we live in northeastern Tennessee. We're not used to being away from home, and driving for a number of hours in our health at this point has been very difficult. So between us, we were able to do it, and we had a very safe trip. We were very thankful for that. And again, this is a kit I made months and months and months ago and printed, and I just hadn't used it yet. And so all of my, not all, but a number of my measurements were off at the time because I had started in a recollections planner and just kind of made it work for my Erin Condren that I bought last year. So, and I did buy an Erin Condren this year. Don't ask me why. I still have 6 months left in this one. But I don't know. It was just kind of like you had to have it. At least I felt that way. So I did get another one. And I think I'm going to Franken, whatever y'all are calling that, when you put a number of your pages all together and kind of make a new planner out of it. I've got pages at the beginning of this old one here that never got used. I think I started it sometime in August or September, but I know there's those pages. And then I'm going to have pages from the new planner that I'm not going to use. And since I literally cover everything up anyway, why not use the pages? I bought them. Why not put them together and kind of make them into another notebook? I'll just have to watch carefully as I do the dates. It's nothing different than what I do for my B6 planning, because I just keep printing the same insert over and over, even though it's from January. So just kind of watch the calendar and make sure I have the days right. But anyway, that's where we've been. We got home a week ago Friday, so that's like, today's Monday the 18th. So it's been a week and a half since we got home. While we were there, like I said, we had a wonderful time visiting with my kids. Now, both of my sons live in Houston, but my eldest son is the one that has the baby, he and his wife, and yet my younger son was able to come and visit. While I'm here, I'm going to go ahead and white out this banner up here. And so that was great. I was excited to get to see him too, and see him with his nephew. That was awesome. And they have a bond already since they live close. They were able to, he was able to see his nephew a lot right after he was born. Now, some of you may not know, and I've said it a number of times over the last months, but my son, my eldest son that has the baby, when Houston flooded, his house was one of the tens of thousands that were flooded, and so he and his wife were expecting. She had to be rescued because the floodwaters were coming up so fast that she couldn't get out. And so my son was working at the hospital and sent somebody to go rescue her, who had a four-wheel drive vehicle, I believe. And he grabbed a lot of people, and they were safe. So here she is expecting, her house is flooding, they have no place to live, and the hospital put them up in a hotel for a month. Is that awesome or what? I'm telling you, God works in mysterious ways. He really does. A hospital saw fit to keep my son and his wife and a number of employees that were working full-time around the clock with only short breaks in a place where they were safe, and I was so thankful for that. And then later they were able to go live with his dad, so all of those things worked out. So right before we headed down there in May, they were able to get the house worked on far enough where they were able to move in with the baby, and the house was semi-livable. One of the bathrooms, of the two bathrooms, let me put it this way, both bathrooms had to be used to have one working bathroom. That's the way it worked. The sink in the hallway bathroom was clogged somehow. Brand new construction on all of this, new pipes and everything he had redone, and yet there was a blockage. And so not just a blockage, but water coming up the sink. Okay, water finds its lowest level, and we're like, how is this coming up the sink? Pictures were taken of all the pipes as they were put into the house, and we could not figure out a water source for cold, clear water to come up into the bathroom sink. Here's what we've learned. The air conditioner system has, which is in his attic, it has to drip somewhere. And so what air conditioner companies do is put that drip line into the stack that goes from your bathrooms up to the roof of the house. Keep that in mind if ever you have a weird leak and you can't figure out where that water's coming from. It may be your air conditioner. So, figured that out. My husband gets on the roof of the house with a snake and proceeds to clear the clog. We finally figured that out. Even the plumber had never seen this before, and didn't know what to do about it. And of course, we had no clue. We tried to figure it out. My son finally gets up in the attic and goes places he probably had no intention of going in that attic. And he found it. He figured it out. So at that point we knew where the clog had to be to make what was going on occur. And sure enough, that was had to go up through the roof, not through the roof, but to the roof. I can tell these were made for a different planter. They're the wrong size actually, so this is going to look a little different. But anyway, ended up my husband and then my son's father-in-law, my daughter-in-law's dad was there too. We had so much fun. It's just family time. It was awesome. Anyway, they worked on that and got it cleared up just in time. Just in time for a big, huge thunderstorm to roll through Houston, and everybody's, oh, anytime it rains in Houston, everybody's scared now. And boy, do I understand that. I'm not a fan of a storm anyway, but with all the water damage in the area, it's scary. Oh, that almost looks like it goes together. I bet it does. And I'm going to take that extra off right here. I might do it on all of these. I can tell this was from my recollections planner now for sure. So here comes the storm, right? I am not a fan, never have been a fan of thunder and lightning. I used to live in a trailer for years and years and years. I've had to live in a trailer, and that is scary. I've always watched the weather quite close because of that, and left a trailer, gone to a brick home. I always told anybody I rented from, I'm gonna need to ask you if I can come over if there's a big storm, because I'm scared. So they've always been real nice and let me do that. It's only happened a few times though. So here's this storm coming up. Well, we happen to be across the street at the neighbor's house. By the way, Houston's hurting, but neighbors are helping neighbors. The parts of Houston that flooded where people did not have house insurance, they're still living in what's left of their homes and trying to make do with tarps or with whatever they can come up with. And that's sad. And so all of you out there who have friends or family or know of anybody whose house flooded, see if they need any help. If you're able to help, please do so. There is still a great need in the city of Houston and around. That it was devastating. It's not on the news anymore. Nobody thinks about it much anymore unless you live there. So seeing that firsthand was quite the eye-opening experience. So anyway, the storm is approaching. We happen to be invited to eat with the neighbors across the street whose home was already finished. They had an awesome meal prepared for us. And when we went over there, my son had still not arrived home from work. He works at a hospital as a nurse, and he had not come in yet. Well, the storm was approaching as we were sitting there eating, and about the time my son showed up, when he got in from work, the baby had a messy diaper. Now, we're not going to go any further than that, other than to say Nani here took him home across the street and had to bathe him. Now, I have lived in Texas all my life except for the last 3 years. And the last 3 years of my living here in Tennessee has been wonderful. Yes, we've had thunderstorms, but we have not had anything like what is in Texas. Well, here comes this dark cloud over the house. I'm carrying this screaming child across the street, who, by the way, was about 2 months old. And he's a mess. I then am a mess. And the first thing I think is I've got to change him out of all these clothes, me too, and get him bathed. And then I'm going to give him his bottle and settle him down. And everybody else is just across the street. You know, they'll be coming home after my son eats his dinner. And, you know, they can talk a while, whatever. But I hope they make it home by the time the storm hits, which I was thinking was going to be any minute. Well, sure enough, I get in there. The sink has just been cleared. So we have a bathroom sink that I'm kind of large. I can bend over and give the baby a bath instead of having to stoop down on the floor and give him a bath in the bathtub. So that worked out wonderfully. Here I am, Nani, with a screaming baby, cleaning him, getting him ready for bed. And I'm praying, Lord, please, please, please don't let the power go out. Not until I can get his bottle ready and get us in a chair and be safe. This house is still under construction, y'all. There's still stuff everywhere. And lo and behold, I get the bottle ready. I go and get him out of the crib where I have left him screaming after I got his diaper on and got him washed and cleaned up and everything. And he was ready to eat. I got that bottle in my hand, shook it up, carried him into the living room, sat down in the recliner, put it in his mouth, and a minute later the power went out. And I was like, yay, Lord, thank you, thank you. So we made it. We lived through that. Skinny dip. That pen is Skinny Dip. I told you I'd remember it at some point. Okay. Now I'm going to go and put these, I think, next. No, I'm going to do the sidebar next. And I want to do some kind of header under here. I think I'm going to use this washi tape as a header this time. So, of course, as soon as the power goes out, I see the cell phone lights coming across the street. It's pitch black at like what, 7 in the evening, 8 maybe. And here comes the family coming across the road with their cell phones. I tell you, this was an experience, and everybody was fine, of course. Well, that's just one thing that happened. On the way home, we came home from Houston, and Nat wants to join me here, in dry weather. But when we went to Houston, it was in massive, massive storms. I haven't driven in big storms lately, and that was not fun. But did it, and it's over and done with, and I'm grateful that we're all safe. Anyhow, the trip home was uneventful, frankly, and we were glad of that because we were not wanting anything to get in our way of getting home on time, which we did a week ago Friday now. Now, one issue that had come up while we were gone, I noticed on my phone that I was unable to access our security system while we were gone, and I assumed our Wi-Fi was out, which it had gone out. We had it worked on right before we left. Well, it had gone out, and we had called the neighbors to come and check the house, which they have always been very good about helping us do that while we're gone. And they said everything looked fine. There was nothing wrong. They all had electricity. Everything was fine. So we relaxed, enjoyed the visit. But when we got home, as soon as I got out of the truck and started for the door, your garage door opener is supposed to work when you come up the driveway. Well, it didn't. And so I knew right away we didn't have electricity, which means the yucky stuff in the freezer is all melted. And yes, it was hideous. And we are still in the process of working on getting all that cleaned out and freshened, and hopefully we haven't lost the actual freezers. But I think after some time here, we're gonna, oh, that's why I don't like this ruler. This is a thick ruler, and it's very difficult to get me a straight cut across here. Anyway, we had that as soon as we got home to get to take care of. But our electric company is really incredible for as large of a town as we live in. They were out almost immediately. Right after I called, they were on their way, and I'm so grateful for that. So we had the electricity back on and started cleaning. So anyway, it's been a month since I've been here at my desk, and I am ready to just get my weeks planned out. I took everything with me. I took my planners with me and all my stickers and all kinds of washi tape, and yes, I did. I brought it all with me. So I had fun on my trip too, as well as getting a hold of baby and all that. But we're kind of seeing that we're too old to be doing that much anymore. Those kind of travels, I think, are gonna have to stop. Now we're just unable to do much more than that. These are little tiny narrow ones here, so let me see if they're even, yeah, and I did those the right size, which is weird. I think what I'm gonna do is white out this middle line, because to me it's easier just to ignore the middle of these where the two boxes meet, and then that way I don't have to be told where to put my stickers. I just let what's already on the page, these full boxes, tell me where my placements are going to be. And this is, to me, the easiest way to get rid of all of this. So, and now I'm not going to have that issue. So we'll put these right across here. Well, I guess I told y'all everything. This last week we had doctor's appointments, so we had to do some catching up on all those. Oh, and my husband and I, last week, we decided it was time. We joined a gym in our little area here. It's not very far from our house, maybe, I don't know, 5, 6, 7, 8 miles. I don't know how far. And that's the first gym membership I think I've ever had. And because of where we live in the mountains, our house has no land that is flat around it anywhere. It was just enough space basically to have a landing for the car and going into the garage and then the house. And so we didn't have any way really to walk, and I can't do hills, so I had to make do with either walking in place or, you know, stuff that really does not work. And I didn't do it anyway. And finally my husband's like, well, I want to join the gym, he says. I was like, great, take me. And so he did, and today we went for the first time, and I walked on the treadmill. I like the treadmill. I can do a treadmill. I did it for, I think I did 10 whole minutes, not all together. But for me, not having walked a distance like that in years, honestly, it felt good to actually say that I am now walking on a treadmill. I used to own a treadmill, but it was ancient and that was a long time ago. So now I'm hopefully going to take advantage of that. And we'll see. I really like this kit, and I do need to go back in the computer and pull it out and redo these sizes because I still think that's crooked. I know these headers are not right, so I need to redo that. Headers, full boxes. The full boxes are not right, but I like the kit, and I'm a lover of lace and of pearls and rhinestones and gorgeous stuff. Just love it. Can't help it. I'm a girly girl. I like pink. My favorite combo color-wise is pink and cream, and that's why I had so much pink and cream in my blog, and a lot of it in my planner too. I think I'm gonna put the weekend banner down here just as something pretty. Weekends, there's not a whole lot going on, so I think I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna start with the little banners that are in here, and I'm gonna pick some that has a little bit of color in the back. I like that. I need 3. I'll go with this one and maybe this one with some dark in it. And I like to do my banners on my fingers like this and give it a cut by just kind of extending my finger this way and then cutting straight across. The middle one, it doesn't really matter, but the side ones, when I do that, I'm able to kind of put them up here and give them a bit of a turn out, kind of a swag, I don't know, so that my banner looks like it's kind of maybe blowing in the breeze or something, I don't know. But I do like it to kind of swing out a little bit. I'm gonna use this. I love and wish I knew where I had bought this from so I could get another one of these. I need to look and see if anybody on Etsy's got it. Oh, and I said the E word. Etsy is the what is that called? The percentage rate that they charge stores on Etsy to have an Etsy shop and to sell products. They're increasing the percentage rate of what they keep, or charge I should say, the Etsy shops, and I was frankly quite not happy about that. I like buying from stores on Etsy. I love the stores on Etsy that I purchase from, and I hate the fact that Etsy is they're doubling basically what they're taking, and it's hard for people to make any kind of a living on a shop anyway. Most shops do not have high percentages of sales. I know that. We all know that. But I think they're just kind of being mean. I do want to add a little white. I think I'll use the smaller white with the gold bows. I'm not liking that color with it, so that means I probably won't like that one much either. But there's these peaches. That actually looks pretty good. I don't even know what that one's called. It's got stars and starbursts on it. I like that color. I'm going to use it in the white. And I'd like to throw in a peach. Maybe I'll use a narrow peach too. Okay, I'll do that. I'm gonna open some washi, y'all. Everybody's always saying I can't open the washi. Well, not me. I buy washi to use And if I don't end up liking a color that I have, I will trade it. So I don't like to purchase stuff I don't use, but there are times that I don't prefer a color that I've received. So sometimes I'll trade. Okay, now I've got everything open. Let's go back and put in some of these. This peach one is from the most recent sub kit that she had. And this is June. So June of 2018 was the peach kit. I think that's right. Or maybe it came in May. Did it come in May? You know what? It could have come in May. I wasn't home to know exactly when it arrived. So now I'm not real sure if it was a May kit or the June kit. I think it's the May kit, y'all. Not June. I think she mentioned that the June kit is running a little late because of a shipment not in yet of washi. And we gotta have our washi, of course. Ooh, this is pretty. It's a kind of a translucent pink. Very see-through. That's fun. I haven't used this one before. I've opened it, but I haven't used it, I don't think. Don't recall. That's really pretty. I pulled out so much washi tape, I really had no idea what I was going to use. It's kind of one of those things that you kind of have to see it as you use it. And I'll do this end. Kind of want it there. And real quick, if you don't know how to cut a banner out of washi tape, it's just the easiest thing. Cut a length, both sides together, pinch it together at the end, and then clip it at an angle. And it's really just that easy. Do one more over here. Covered that one, but that's okay. All right, done with that. And now I'm gonna put headers across the bottom. And I almost want to go with another pearl, I think. Light pearl or a darker pearl? That's the question. Between that one and that one, I think I'm going to use the light one. I usually finish up my banners with a strip of headers, with the headers, but because I've got tape, washi tape on here that does not like sticky, I'm gonna have to glue these on. Make sure I got these the right direction. I can't tell which one I glued now. That one stuck this time, so I guess it was that one. So I always keep, because I'm always running into this, if I use any kind of glitter tape like this, I have to help it stay down. There it goes. weekend banner. Okay. And sometimes that needs help too. I think it'll work. I'll get these for the rest of the week. Okay. And all my fingers are holding a strip of stickers, so I can try it one-handed. That was kind of silly of me. I've got them upside down, I think. If you hear anybody singing, my husband's upstairs singing. He likes to sing on that app called Smule. So whenever he gets the chance to do that, he tries to sing a song or two. That is a cool outlet, by the way. If any of you like to sing just for fun, Smule, S-M-U-L-E. Excuse me. You can join in with other people and sing all kinds of stuff. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and place these next stickers along the top. And there's only 2 styles, so I'm just going to go back and forth. And hope that they are the correct width. I think they are. I do not know why those full boxes ended up not being the right size. Even for a Recollections planner, I don't think that was correct. So maybe so far that's the only thing I need to change in that. When I was at my son's house and I had all this stuff out and I was working on wanting to start working on my planners, my husband was like, well, where are you going to do that? Because they didn't have anything out furniture wise that, you know, no tables and stuff that you can just spread out on. And I'm like, well, why don't you help me with this? Would you take that big huge microwave out of that box and let me have the box for a desk? And that's what we did. We took their new microwave out of its box and I turned that over upside down and used the bottom of it for my planner desk. And it worked. It worked just fine. Okay, down here I'm going to put some of the shorter labels and things that I made and use these in here, maybe with some of these labels. I could use some headers if I wanted to for some kind of labeling. Then I've also got these washi strips that are light colored that I can utilize. So I'm going to start with these boxes here. I think I'm going to put them, since I've got 5, I'm going to put 1 in the 1st, 3rd, and 5th boxes down here at the bottom. So Monday, Wednesday, Friday gets that. And actually, I'm kind of thinking I'll do it all the way across the bottom. I'm just going to do it all the way across. And I know they all look regimented and the same, but that's okay. I've said it before, but I'll mention it again. I do not plan ahead much. If I have a doctor's appointment or know of something coming up, I'll write it in ahead of time. But mainly my planners are just after the fact. Like, obviously today I'll be writing in that we went to the gym somewhere, and so that's what that's for. In fact, I might do these three that are all the same here on Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and these can be my gym tracking what I did at the gym. That sounds so strange coming from me. I'll move that up a little. Yeah, I like that better. I'm not a fan of rounded corners, although they look cool. They're not easy to place down straight. I need a little more help than that. So as time went by and I reformatted my kits over and over and over, different parts of it, I got rid of all of the rounded corners in my kits because I just did not prefer that. So I guess for the next two, on Tuesday and Thursday, I'll just use these. Thursday, and then there they are. I've got 4 that are real slender. Oh, I hate it when that happens. When I pull the extra instead of the actual sticker. Okay. I'll put a different one there. And I'll repeat it right here like I did. Got a little label I can put right there. And then it won't look too different because it's the same size. And then this little spot here where everything was a little shorter, in between here, I'm going to put labels across there. And I'll need 7 of them. I could have put another header, but why not leave myself another little spot here to write a note? It could come in handy. I might put our meals or something in there. this, I am done for the week. Did I remember everything? I think I did. I think down here, I don't like those lines, so I'm going to wipe that part out, or else just put sticker over it. What am I going to do? I should have whited these out before I put these stickers down. Sometimes I remember and sometimes I don't. I think I'm just going to put a header over that. Something kind of light. Use these two. They're light enough I can write on them if I need that extra spot. Yeah, that looks a little better, more complete. Doesn't take away from that. So there it is, all finished, ready for the week. I switched out the ballpoint pen that ink that comes inside these with one of the High-Tech C Slims by Pilot, and it's a 0.4. Comes with a little tiny wax bead over the top of the felt tip to protect it. Felt tips, is that what they are? Gel tip, I don't know what they are. I like them. They write razor sharp, and I like it because of that. I'm going to write me a note. First thing right here, went to the gym. That's a good thing for me. And I walked 0.25 mile, quarter mile, and I did it in 2 by 5 minutes. I know that's not much, y'all, but I just started. At least I started, right? We did that. And I need to start some laundry too. I'm going to go ahead and write laundry on here in my little spot here. And that's all I have planned for the week. We plan to go to the gym on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. So I have my spot for those here. And then all the other stuff that I do throughout the week, I will add to it. And again, I don't need to pre-plan. This is to write down all the things that I need to remember, all the things I do, and eventually we get caught up with, see, I have stuff that I do. So, oh, I know something very important coming up. I cannot forget the pre-sale. So that's going to need to go on a note. A pre-sale for Simply Gilded. If you watch this and you like bow washi tape and the Simply Gilded tapes, be sure you take notice that it is the, I believe, the 27th. Where did I put that? I'm going to have to open up a little note. These are from a store, y'all. I got so much stuff while I was gone and I don't remember the names. Where did that one come from? I got so many pretty things and I can't recall. I'll put it down below. I'll look it up and tell y'all. But aren't they adorable? Oh, Rose Colored Days. Is that it? I wish it was on here or in the package. I think it's Rose Colored Days. This is a little to-do note and it fits perfectly on a full box. I'm going to pull it off, and on, I guess that's going to be under the July tab. The 27th, Let's write it here first. I'm going to put Simply Gilded. Pre-sale. I'm just going to tuck that right there. And I'll know that's the 27th. So, there we go. That's it for the week. I'm kind of happy with this one. I think it turned out well. I think it's pretty. And like I said, I need to redo my stickers and get them, the bottom washi and the full boxes, the correct size. And then I'm going to redo these and make them all squares. And I'll use it again. I've used this kit before in my Erin Condren and months and months ago. And I really like being able to have my own kits that I can reuse and have fun with over and over. Anyway, that's it. I hope y'all enjoyed it. I hope y'all had a wonderful weekend. Father's Day was yesterday. And to all the special men in my life, my father-in-law, I love you. And my son, I love you. Happy Father's Day. And to my husband today, happy anniversary. It's our 14th. Love you, babe. And I'll see y'all later. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.